Hello, my name is Jacob Walsh, and I'm presenting on how Nike is using supply chain transformation to increase sustainability within their supply chain. So, a problem facing many corporations is there's an increased focus on improving sustainability, but this can be a very complicated process when you're attempting to apply it to a supply chain. So many large corporations have supply chains that span many countries across multiple continents. So for Nike, they face this challenge because they work with more than 700 contract factories in 42 countries. Another issue for Nike is they already have faced criticism for their labor practices that have occurred within their contract factories, and they have taken steps to address this, but it hasn't worked. So they found that they've created measures to increase compliance and standards that their suppliers have to meet, but they found that their suppliers will fluctuate from meeting these standards and then falling back out of it. So to address this, they've created a new initiative. This initiative is called Rewire. So it focuses on improving their compliance within their supply chain. So the focus is on encouraging environmental and social sustainability. So the first way that they have uh, worked to address this is changing their managerial structure. They've implemented a matrix model to align with their sustainability goals. So in a matrix model, it makes it so that managers report to multiple departments. So this is helping sustainability as Nike's sustainable business and innovation team works closely with other departments. So this improves collaboration across the company. And this also helps with improving collaboration with their supply chain partners. So Nike is focused on three areas. So these are integration, incentives, as well as innovation in their pursuit of improving sustainability within their company. So with integration, they focused on it at two levels. So one of them is going to be at the company level. So with their matrix model, they're trying to better integrate within their company and between departments. And then also there's the focus on integration between the company's departments and their supply chain partners. So they measure their success that they've had through this integration by setting clear benchmarks within each department for the sustainability goals so they can see how the new matrix model is helping them hit their new benchmarks. And then with the integration with their supply chain partners, this helps promote network optimization by maintaining standards within the supply chain that protect the brand image, reduce regulatory costs, and strengthen the supply chain through lean manufacturing. So they do this by setting standardized trainings for their supply chain partners that are created by their uh, company departments and then passed down to all of their supply chain partners. Next up, we have incentives. So, common practice for companies has been that when they're attempting to promote sustainability within their supply chains, they focus on setting standards, and their supply chain partners that do not comply with these standards can face penalties. Nike was taking this approach, but they found that it wasn't working for them because a lot of their supply chain partners were still not maintaining their compliance. So they changed their approach. So what they did was they added an incentive program. So to determine which suppliers could receive these incentives, they started using the manufacturing index. So this allows them to measure the performance across their suppliers. It's a standardized metric so that all of the suppliers are graded on the same standard. And this also helps the suppliers because the feedback they've provided is that they feel that it's provide them much clearer standards and they have a better idea of what they need to do to hit these metrics and further the sustainability within the supply chain. So for the manufacturing index, provides a grade for suppliers based on 4 categories, all with equal weight. So each accounts for 25% of this score, and it goes from 0 to 100. So the categories that are scored are going to be cost, quality, on-time orders, and sustainability. This creates a tier system where suppliers who meet all 4 metrics are provided with incentives, and suppliers who fall below standards set in manufacturing index may be put under review and face penalties. So a benefit in terms of this metric is that these suppliers were already focusing on cost, quality, and on-time orders. And with the different compliance rules that were set in place for sustainability, there wasn't necessarily always an incentive that balanced out for them with possibly the cost it could have for the price and quality and on-time orders for them. So by adding sustainability in as a metric and also providing these incentives, it's increased the adherence to the sustainability goals. Finally, we have innovation. So sustainability is now a key part of new product introduction. So the focus on innovations to improve products and production process that also improve sustainability. So there's focus on lean manufacturing to improve sustainability and cut costs by finding ways to reduce materials required for products, as well as finding ways to repurpose materials for new products. So lean manufacturing is this approach of trying to reduce the materials going into the manufacturing process. And this ties in well to sustainability because this allows them to still maintain their customer value proposition of providing good prices and a good product while also hitting sustainability goals. So some examples of this is with repurposing materials in 2010, Nike used recycled plastic when they were making World Cup jerseys. And then in terms of for new products, they've created certain innovations like using just a single material for a shoe. So they've used a single thread to create a whole shoe before. This has allowed them to reduce the materials going in and ultimately reduce waste. And then finally, they've also focused on changing production processes to improve safety for workers and the environment. So this can be for workers, it's been removing processes that emit harmful gases in factories so that they don't have to worry about workers complying with mask rules when they're around harmful chemicals because they've completely just removed that harmful pollutant. And then also with the environment, they focused on innovations such as creating new dye processes that do not use water so that they don't have to worry about creating water scarcity in the communities they're operating within, as well as the pollution that can occur when the wastewater from that dyeing process is then released. So in conclusion, many companies are struggling to improve sustainability within their supply chains. But by transforming its supply chain, Nike has become a leader in promoting sustainable supply chain practices. By focusing on integration, incentives, and innovation, Nike has been able to improve sustainability, reduce costs, all while still focusing on its customer value proposition. Thank you.